Again in the morning, welcome to the last hour of the show, 13 after the hour of 9 a.m. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy Wednesday Money Matters, happy service day. You understand? You know what I'm talking about, right?
You know what I know exactly what
Happy service day. And talking about service, ladies and gentlemen, we earlier were talking about how important is it that a company culture can improve the services offered within that particular organization. I promised to ask her something about that. We'll get into that in just a bit.
Yes, in just a bit.
Yeah, before that, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important. We'll tell you that Arafat, help me on this one because it's very important for you. Very important for you.
Important. So, of course, more fire from BPR together with Momo. You know, they're telling you that while there are many self-help books out there on how to get money, the only thing I know for sure you can use to get quick money is more fire, you know.
Your secret.
More fire, yes. Get up to 2 million Rwandan francs, instantly save, borrow, and pay back. Dear star 182 star 5 star 6 to get started. More Fire is brought to you by Momo Rwanda and collaboration with BPR Bank.
And also, since we're talking about service, comfort, elegance, delivery, class, when comfort, the exceptionality, exceptionality, hospitality matter. One thing you should think about is Kigali Paramount Hotel. They're saying...
I was going to say that. I was going to say Kigali Paramount Hotel. Well, the experience you get there, you will never get it from even 5-star hotel.
No way.
It's a 4-star. You need
uniqueness.
To know that. Uniqueness, bro.
And they're saying, call them on 07944141105 for reservations or send an email to reservation at kigalipromotehotel.com. And they have amazing amenities or facilities for you to go and enjoy, and they're saying they're elevating hospitality and redefining excellence. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you probably have seen her in conventions, in facilities that are high-end, facilitating individuals like Arafat and I, or you somewhere. You've probably seen her travel nations, doing what she does best, talking about improving what you see, what you do. And one thing we know for sure is that when she talks about service, when she talks about excellence, she does it exceptionally so well. The terrorist spoke it so well, right? Ladies and gentlemen, behold, Miss Laura Minde, Arafat, where are you with that thing? There we do it.
Hey, we say good morning, Rolla. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Come close the microphone and want to hear the fine voice.
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. It is a pleasure to join you this morning.
The fine voice gracing our microphones this morning.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you in one of the best radio stations in town. Actually, this is #1 radio station in town, if you didn't know that.
I love the energy already.
Were you received well?
Yes, I was received
because it also matters.
Because we're talking about customer experience. So, we need to first understand exactly how was your coming in here? Like, how was the reception?
It was seamless. I mean, I just arrived at the door and the
be
security
honest.
guard.
Be honest.
Don't just don't sugarcoat it.
Hey,
if it's also if it's a flow.
Tell us the challenge that you faced when you were coming from outside to enter here, and maybe
from the
we
gate.
can correct it. Yes,
from the
some
gate.
of the things you
maybe
noticed.
What I would want to say, there's different levels of service. There is service that is reactive. There is service that's proactive. And there is service that is anticipatory. So I want to give you a little bit of context what that means. Service that is reactive is that I come to your premises and then I have to ask for somebody to help me open a gate. Service that is proactive means that the person can see me coming and they open the gate without me asking them to open the gate. And then there's something that is anticipatory, meaning that you already know the guests that are going to be coming into your show. So you have already prepared everything, how to receive them, how to welcome them, how to brief them. Now that is anticipating your customer's need, that nobody wants to go into any premises and feel lost. They want to enter the premises and feel welcomed.
And feel like
people know that
I'm
coming.
People
knew
I was coming.
Exactly. So that is anticipating guests' needs.
So if you don't get that anticipation answered, then that's problematic.
We end up either being
disappointed,
reactive, that, there's somebody at the gate. Please open the gate. So we don't want to be at the
help me repeat because I'm writing, I'm learning. Aligning,
Angela.
proactive.
There is reactive service where I have to call you to get whatever I want. If it's coffee, I go to a restaurant, I'm like, excuse me, can I order coffee? You are reacting to me calling you. Or there is proactive.
Yet you should have been there. Now, because you'll be saying something, then I say what is supposed to be.
Yes.
Because yet you were supposed to be there before even I say, hi, come and give me coffee.
So that's proactive. I come to you and say, would you like to have coffee today? And if I know you, I will call you by your name, Mr. Arafat. Would you like to offer coffee? Would you like to have coffee today? But then if I'm now anticipatory and I know Arafat's behavior, I know my customers' needs, I know their goals, that I'm able to plan ahead before they arrive what they may need so that you don't even need to ask me for that particular service.
I like the thing you talked about the gate. So like I don't have to react for you to open the gate. You should actually be proactive and open the gate. When you see someone coming, immediately open the gate because you know I want to enter. You see, unless you have questions to ask me why I'm here.
But also, you know, for security purposes, I'm pretty sure it's important to, hi, good morning, how are you today? Do you have an appointment in our studio today? Just to know the person as well, because all of us are trying to create services. And that service starts from the person who opens the gate.
Wow.
So sometimes we're just having mediocre service that I just opened the gate. I did my job, didn't I? But how about if I said, good morning, welcome to Royal FM.
With a smile.
With a smile. I'm going a little extra, ain't I? So it's just a matter of creating those small moments for somebody to feel valued, from the gatekeeper to the receptionist, all the way to everybody or every touch point a customer comes into.
So literally you're
contact with.
saying that organizations should have all these things either briefed or prepared.
Exactly.
Should
if you
somebody-
want to have service excellence, the whole entire organization has to buy in to excellent service, from the leadership all the way to the front line, all the way to the gatekeeper, all the way to the gardener. Everybody has the opportunity to make or break the customer's experience.
Proactive, reactive, anticipatory.
Yes.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
You're learning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one talking to us about this is Laura Minde. She is the founder and managing director of Outstanding Solutions Africa. Outstanding Solutions Africa. Now, we're getting into that. Because we want to clear this, put it away. So that we focus. Alpha, do what?
Focus.
Laura, help us talk about, because you found us in a debate, me and Arafat, about company culture and how important it is in offering services and also aligning what we do, how we do it, whether we, the employees or people who are always within that facility, enjoy in relationship to the maybe the purpose for why that organization exists. In this case, or let's put it now, of course, in the perspective of service, which you do so well. How is service aligned to company culture? And should it be that, for example, in the culture of Royal FM, because like here, Alfred described it so well, vibey, home,
Welcoming, you know. The environment here, the thing is, one thing I've realized is that focus is the tasks. Make sure you deliver on your tasks. You'll have no problem with anyone.
Yes.
You will not have any single problem with anyone. But the moment you don't deliver, you know, radio, media, something like that. It's always time and making sure that you deliver exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Because many people are listening to us, you know.
Yes.
So you have to deliver. You have to be on time. And I love the environment outside, out of work. People are vibey, people are really good, you know. But we're asking beyond that, how should the culture, you know, of an institution really be? What is the best culture that every institution should be looking at? Because I remember there's a time you talked about that some institutions have values, everything, you know, put on the wall, everything is clear. You can read it and understand it. But how is it put in action? Having it everywhere does not mean that everyone practices it.
Exactly.
So can you help us understand that more?
So that's a good starting point, where a lot of organizations do have the boards of the mission, vision, values. They do have that. But how are we actually practicing that? Because culture is what we do on a daily basis, what we tolerate on a daily basis, what we have accepted as normal, as part of our wing. For example, in an organization, you could be seeing somebody doing something that is not in alignment of the company culture or goals. But then you overlook it. You don't say anything. And you say, that's just the way it is. So the moment that you say that's the way it is, it becomes culture. It becomes integrated into your DNA that is the way we do things around here. And nobody will question you because it's okay. So it is what we accept. Culture is what we accept. So we may have a vision board, our values on the wall. Do we actually practice them? And that starts from the leadership, because I cannot expect you to say that I'm telling you that you need to take accountability and ownership, yet I have not empowered you to be able to take accountability and ownership. And I, as the leader, also does the opposite thing. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many times I go into properties and I train them, training is not an event. So are we actually living to the values that we stated? Are we living to the promise that we stated to our customers? Are we empowering our staff? How are we making our guests feel consistently? And does that start with me? So it starts with every individual assessing themselves. How am I delivering every day?
I like what you said. It starts with every individual assessing themselves. Now, that is very deep, because before you assess yourself, do you know the values? Because what am I assessing? So what you have to assess is something that perhaps you've really learned, the culture that has been developed. But then, how do the employers, because I've noticed that even the trainings you people do, that mostly the employers extend themselves out of the trainings.
True.
You get it? They extend themselves out of the training, yet they're the ones who are supposed to take the baton.
Yes.
You see? Because when you walk out, as you mentioned, when you walk out of the training, you leave, and you leave the employees just there trained, they know what to do. Yes. But the boss, who is there to command, is not trained. He's not trained. He's not trained. They don't know what to do. So how are you juggling that? You're training employees, but you're not training the bosses. I mean, yet you're telling me that the employers are the ones to take the baton. So the bosses are the ones to take the baton and actually take control of what you've trained.
In other words, do we have the success parameters?
Exactly.
If success is, let's say, at 90, or okay, 100%, do I know that if I reach this level, I'll be headed towards what is desired, what is required? And who takes okay, begin with, of course, accountability.
Yes.
I mean, do we know what we are going to be accountable for? Do I know what I call the better service that I must deliver to either our clients or within ourselves?
Yes, those are very good questions that you have just brought here. I go back to when you talk about training. Once I finish and I hand over the baton to the leadership. So whenever we do any training, we always encourage the leadership to be in the training room itself. But there is a disadvantage because people don't open up and people don't say the truth when the leader is in the room. Now you have to ask yourself a question. Why don't people say the truth when the leader is around? Because perhaps they're afraid of the consequences of telling the truth. So what does it tell you about your company culture? That you don't allow people to be transparent and honest about how they feel, how they are treated. And so because you don't allow me the opportunity to express myself, I suppress what I see, what I feel, what I hear. I don't say it because it might get me in trouble. And so we think we're delivering good service, but it's just superficial. The people on the front line really know what is really going on. Leadership is busy focusing on strategy and other day-to-day operations, but the people who are meeting the customers are the people at the front line. Two people meet on a daily basis, and the experience is made between these two people. So when we finish our trainings, then we usually have action plans that need to take place over the next probably three months. And we have a meeting with the leadership and we tell them, this is what we talked about. These are the gaps that we saw. These are the things that we need to follow up on. Now, I'm not going to be there at your premises forever. You need to champion that. And that's why we say customer experience starts with leadership. You as leaders need to champion that service excellence that you need to see. It starts with leaders.
That's what they
but it's
say.
driven
That's
by the people at the front line.
They tell us they're the ones championing it. And honestly, they're championing what they don't know. How do you champion something you don't know?
I mean, of course, as leader, I assume that most of them will be continuously learning. One of the things that you should never stop doing is continuously learn. Be curious. What is happening in Kenya? What is happening in Tanzania? What's happening in East Africa? What's happening globally? There's something we call benchmarking. So first, it starts with the leaders, that you are driving the customer excellence, right? Then you need to know what are other people doing, because otherwise, what are you championing if you don't know what service excellence looks like? So you need to do benchmarking. And this benchmarking can be done in simple ways, such as, I don't know if you've heard the term mystery shopping audits, where somebody like me comes into your property or your premises as a guest, and then I experience all your service as a guest, but I'm looking out for clues. Do you actually deliver on your promise? And at the end of the day, I provide a report telling you, yes, you say that you deliver service excellence. However, the way I was received, perhaps, the way the call was answered, how long it took to answer the email. So you're given a detailed report with data, not just, feelings, with actual data, that this is what happened when I came to interact with your brand, and this is where I see the gaps are, and this is what I recommend moving forward. So we need to be able to have benchmarks. What does good service look like? Once we know that, then we can intentionally design the customer journey to be excellent.
I like that.
Allow me to take you back to the fear of coming into the same trainings that you're offering, whereby, the employees, they're like, you know what, in this training, if we have the boss, we can't talk. So as someone, as a CEO, maybe as a managing director, someone listening to us this morning and is perhaps thinking that there's something wrong that is happening on customer care, they're not offering good services, and would want maybe the team to improve. But also, there's one thing you said, that most of the time the team know exactly what is happening.
They do.
They know the problems.
They do.
They
They're
know where to
interacting with it every day. They do.
They interact with each other and say, you know what? You see, I knew that was going to happen.
Exactly. And like he said, they even know what to do. They do. But they can't do it.
They even know what to do.
But they can't do it because of maybe policies, systems, procedures. Have you ever gone to a premises where the person who was serving you, they said, I'm sorry, but it's just policy. There's nothing I can do. Why do they say that? Because they haven't been empowered to do anything else or to think outside the box apart from the policy. What else can I do to correct the situation or make the customer feel happy or maybe meet the goal that they came for? So answering that it's just company policy or that's the way it is or it's not there is not the solution. We need to be able to empower a team to think beyond the hurdle, beyond that obstacle. What is it that I can do within my capacity to make this person feel valued, that I'm here to help, that I'm demonstrating regardless or in spite of or despite of this being an obstacle, I would try and find a way for you. So it goes to culture again.
Laura, now, because when you say all that, we've pointed out, okay, we know this is happening, we've complained, maybe they've paid no attention to it. Who do we blame? The leaders, the employees, the service providers? Who do we blame? Because at the end of the day, we want to get to perfection, if there is any, or better than the past or the previous. Who takes the blame? The leadership, the policies, who formulates the policies, who implements all that?
I wouldn't say that we want to blame anybody at this particular moment, but I say who takes ownership.
Ownership
in
is the
order
word.
to drive service excellence, like I said earlier, it starts from the top, from leadership. And in a country such as Rwanda, President Kagame is already driving service excellence. He's constantly talking about it. He's talking about how he's driving high-value customers to Rwanda. There's campaigns happening out there, Visit Rwanda, about bringing these high-end people, high-value customers to the country. He's championing it. He's created like commissions of people who are supposed to be driving service excellence. So now it goes to the individual institutions themselves. How are we helping the president meet these standards that he's setting out there? Because when you go out there saying Visit Rwanda, you are creating expectations, right? I see your billboard. Sorry.
It's okay.
I see your billboard. I see your digital marketing tools. I see the way people are dancing. I see the culture. I see everything about Rwanda through a billboard, right?
I like it.
I like it.
I want to come for
you
gorilla
have
trekking.
created an expectation in my head
I
that,
want to
oh my
experience
God,
that.
I want to experience it. So they're doing a fantastic job doing that.
Kudos to
Now
them.
the question is, when somebody lands here and the marketing department is now handing that baton to the operations people on the ground, are we delivering on that promise?
How do you represent this that partnership that the country has put out
The
there?
brand.
Exactly. So you have set my expectations up here. I arrive in Rwanda. Am I getting what you promised? And that starts from immigration. It starts with a person, a taxi who's going to pick me up. It starts with the first person who greets me at the hotel. Is the room clean? If a problem arises, how are you handling that problem? When I want to register my SIM card, how is that process dealt with? If I send an email to somebody, how long does it take for you to respond? So as you can see that we are championing, the country is championing Visit to Rwanda, but then it trickles down to individual people and how each one of us has the ability to make or break that promise. Each one of us. So everybody has to ask themselves, what part am I playing in delivering that promise that we have set through the Visit Rwanda campaign? Everyone.
I like that.
That's a deep one. I want to pause a bit for a break. And of course, anyone has many questions about that.
No, you
but we need to also deliver on some of the things we have. We're talking about deliverance, service, and excellence, isn't it? So, fiber internet for the whole family, only with Canal Box, is something you need. If you want to enjoy the fast, reliable, and unlimited internet every day, Canal Box is the choice you need. And it has something special for the new customers. They're saying, subscribe now and get a free router and installation. Call 8600 or 0788 197 100 and get connected today with Canal Box. Imenduka na Canal Box. And then, well, Bank of Get is telling you that if you ever wish to win or get something for yourself, maybe you could think about earning money. Not only money. What about smartphones? Could it also be an e-bike or a brand new electric car? It's possible with BK's Cerebra. Now, pay using BK Pay, BK cards, or BK's digital channels or platforms, and that way you'll be able to pay for electricity, water, or maybe MTN bundles, or anything you're paying using those channels. You stand a chance to win amazing goodies. The ones I talked about that are so exciting, so good, just by using those channels. Pay with BK's digital services to celebrate with Bank of Kigali. It's Wednesday Money Matters. We're talking about service delivery in a bit. Stand by.
Igihugu kirakataje mu iterambere, nawe ukwiye kugendana naryo. Menya byinshi, ugere kuri byinshi, wibereye iwawe mu rugo. Inzira ni interneti yizewe, yihuta kandi idashira. Iyo internet nta yindi ni Canal Box. Kubona Canal Box biroroshye. Downloading application ya Canal Box, umenye niba hutuye internet ya 5 ihagera, maze uhamagara mu agent wacu cyangwa umucuruzi wemewe wa Canal Plus ukwegereye tuyikugezeho. Kubasanganywe internet yacu bifuza kwimuka nabyo biroroshye. Namwe mushobora gusuzuma niba ho mushaka kwimuka internet yacu yagera mwifashishije application ya Canal Box. Kubasanzwe ari abakiriya ba Canal Box, namwe ntitwabibagiwe. Wifuza kugura cyangwa kwishyura ifatabuguzi nako kanya. Hitamo uburyo bukoroheye kandi akanyenyeri 860 urwego ukoresheje Momo cyangwa Airtel Money. Wabikorera kandi ku rubuga rwa Irembo Plus ku mucuruzi wemewe wa Canal Plus cyangwa unyuze ku rubuga rwa canalbox.rw. Ugize ikibazo tekinike mu kwishyura se cyangwa ukaba wifuza inyemezabwishyu ya EBM, duhamagare kuri 8600 cyangwa 0788197100 cyangwa utwandikire ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu tuguha ubufasha. Muri Canal Box, buri serivisi igamije korohereza umufatabuguzi. Canal Box, internet y'umuryango, serivisi inogeye buri wese. Canal Box, turahabaye.
We can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings better. Switch on to 94.
Girl, I don't know why we're crashing on so many ladies this Navi Wednesday. Money Matters, happy Women Crush Wednesday, and one is called Women Crush Wednesday. Whoever conjoined that word,
Women Crush Wednesday.
whoever invented it, God knows. But it is a good day, and we're having a special lady in the building, ladies and gentlemen, Laura Minde, and we're discussing service delivery here in Rwanda this Saturday morning.
And of course, Lola, there's something you're talking about that is very important. You talked about how, customer service and customer experience and, customer delivery is an ecosystem that a lot of things goes together. You talked about how it starts from the immigration to the taxi guy, from the taxi guy to the reception, and then the service that you receive at the hotel. All that plays together to give you the experience that we're looking for. And now there's something you're talking about
The ownership.
The ownership. You talked about the ownership. How do the employers, the so-called bosses, own the customer service and the experience that someone will get, yet they're not the ones who are going to deliver it? How do you handle that over? Because now you're telling me that I have to own this. Yes, I agree. I'm the owner of the company. I'm the owner of the institution. The facility is mine, but I'm not the one delivering it. So let's help this boss. Let's help this CEO, this MD to be able to own it, but also be able to deliver it.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about how first it starts with the leadership, and we talked about how the country is already championing service excellence. Now it goes down to the institutions themselves. Do we have, first of all, you have to ask yourself as a company, what is your goal? What is the customer coming to your premises to achieve? Why would I come to your bank? Why would I come to your hotel? Why would I come to your hospital? There's a certain goal.
When you talk about the banks, I feel bad because for me, the experience at the bank is, I don't know, terrible. Very terrible.
No, so that when the customer comes to your premises, they have a certain goal that they need to be met. Now, you as the institution, you have to ask yourselves, are we consistently meeting these specific customers' goals? So we looked at the leadership. The leadership has to look at how does customer experience drive revenue? How does customer experience build loyalty? Because we need to think of customer experience not only as a department, but it should be integrated as a strategy into every company. Because if you deliver consistently excellent service, what's going to happen? You're going to have people talk about you all the time. If people talk about you, the word spread. If the word spreads, that means you have more people coming to you. If you have more people coming to you, that means you have more money coming into you. So it's part of your strategy of making money. And it's not just a reactive department where if a problem happens, that's when you come see us. No, it's a strategy that we need to deliver excellent from the first time. If it's a telephone call, and I'm complaining about something, you need to resolve on the first telephone call. There is this culture where I'll call you and then you answer the call and they say, oh, you got the wrong number. Call the other number or call our service customer experience department. Why couldn't you even listen to what I had to say? Why couldn't you even show initiative that you wanted to solve this problem? Why couldn't you take details about my problem and then send it to the right person and ask that right person to call me? Why are we throwing the responsibility to the customer to solve the problems themselves? Aren't we there to make the lives of our customers easier? Isn't that the whole objective? To simplify the lives of our customer, to meet or delight their expectations? So I'm even forgetting where we were in terms of the discussion.
So the ownership.
So many things that I want to say.
The ownership.
Yes. So the leadership and then the strategies around this, the benchmarking, and then we now have to create these journeys intentionally. And in creating these journeys intentionally, we have to put the measurements that you talked about earlier. How do we know that we're meeting those goals? Are we in 100%, 90%, 50%? How do we know? And if we're not meeting these goals, how then do we ensure that we empower a team? That's when the training comes in. And training alone doesn't fix the problem. Again, we need to have systems and processes to be able to deliver the service excellence. We need to be able to reinforce behaviors because we are humans of habit. If you're trying to get me to be reading books, let's say every day, and I'm just starting out today, do you expect me to read if I don't have a system of making sure that I actually read these books every day? Sooner or later, I will stop doing it because there is no reinforcement. There is no accountability to make me responsible to do what I'm supposed to do. So it's a whole ecosystem, like you say, that every person plays a part. But to me, the first thing, it starts with the mindset. The individual themselves. what do they think about their own job responsibilities? I go back into hospitality because that's my area, hospitality. So for example, a waiter, are they thinking, I am just a waiter? And I say just. Because if you ask somebody, what do you do? I am just a waiter. I am just a taxi driver. I am just a security person. What does that just mean? They've already demeaned their own positions. They have undermined.
They're not proud.
There's
They're
a
not
blockage in
proud
between.
about their
They know where they
responsibility.
stop.
And if you think like that, do you think you're going to be delivering service excellence if I don't think even my job is good enough? It starts with your own mindset. If you don't believe your job is good enough, then you're not going to be delivering good enough service. You're going to be delivering that mediocrity.
So how
you're
do
going
you-
to be
how do
doing
you-
just what you're supposed to do as per the job description, but you wouldn't be delighting anybody because, I'm just.
How do you instill that?
Again, it goes back to your own mindset. People need to understand that there is value in whatever they're delivering. Everybody is contributing one way or another. Everyone is adding value. If the security guard doesn't do their job well there, would we be safe in here?
No, we wouldn't be.
We wouldn't be safe in here. So they need to understand you're not just opening and closing gates. There is value in what you're doing. You have the opportunity to delight the customer from the moment you open that gate with your smile, with asking them, how are you? Did you get what you need? Just small initiatives, because we think sometimes service excellence is big things. It's actually usually small human things.
I'm coming to
Small
that.
human things.
Rhoda, I'm coming to that. And there's a way I want us to bring in that, because most people think that even we ourselves, we think that 5-star hotel, 4-star hotel, these big hotels are the ones that are supposed to be offering that, experience. That if I book a 5-star hotel, I'm likely going to get the experience that I anticipate from this hotel, as you mentioned earlier. But there's a way you people in customer experience, you've always said that actually someone might not remember what you said, but someone one way or the other will remember how they felt
Exactly.
when you approached them, when you
Exactly.
gave them the service. I want you to help us understand the small things that you alluded to a bit. What are these small things? Let's save our money. Let's save our government money. I always say this, that let's be part of those that actually are saving our partnership money that we are offering out there. We want someone who comes here that has seen Rwanda to come back. Because when they come back, then they also influence other people to come with them.
Exactly.
And that is the marketing we are talking about.
Yeah.
But how do we learn to offer the small things that will keep people remember about Rwanda, that will actually push them to come back, rather than just coming once and never come back?
Yes, indeed, it is the small things. And the word itself, customer experience. Experience is about how you feel. Did I feel welcomed? Did I feel valued? Did I feel seen? Did I feel heard? Did I feel appreciated? It's all in the feelings. We are all emotional human beings. So we need to be able to tap into the emotions of people to able to drive loyalty. Emotions come first, then logic comes second. So it starts with the small things. For example, I don't know, I arrive in Kigali. How did the immigration officer greet me? Or did they even take a minute to look at me and my face? Or did they just take passport? And then when you're asking me questions, you're looking down. You don't even take a second to look at me.
Not even a smile.
Not even a smile. It's the small things. Did you look at me? Did you ask me where I'm from? Did you smile? If I had any concerns, did you answer them correctly? Did you guide me? Or did you just tell me, yeah, go there, they'll give you information? So the taxi driver who picks me up, were they able to understand the simple Google Maps to take me to a certain location? Or am I the one now feeling lost? Imagine I'm coming to the country for the first time, and then I'm supposed to get to point B, and the person who's supposed to take me to point B doesn't know how to look at the Google Map.
Or
He's asking me
after
to use my
stamping.
Google Map to find
Or,
out.
or after stamping, they say, welcome to Rwanda with a smile. Because you've approved, you've stamped, now
Angelo.
next is leaving.
Angelo.
Welcome to Rwanda.
Angelo,
Have fun.
Do you know what
How
funny
does
thing
that
here?
feel?
How does that
You've come to
feel?
pick me. That's the thing she's talking. You come to pick me, and you want me to use my phone to direct you.
Jesus
Mind you, I
Christ.
don't even have data. At this point, when I arrive in the country the first time, you don't even have data. And then you're expecting me to tell you where I'm supposed to go.
Funny.
You know, so these are the small things. Do I have the knowledge? I want to give a small example again, which will go back to the topic about being reactive, proactive. You know, for example, we usually travel often with our children. And as parents, you know how it is hectic handling two children. They're screaming, running, going to a property together. So somebody can have the smallest thing, like they see me coming in with my two children, maybe holding bags and this and that. And they say, "Hi, good morning. Would you like assistance with your bag? Just help me with the bag," as I'm carrying two children and bags. The simple thing to do is just help me with my bag. Simply ask me, "Can you help me with my bag? Can you help? Can I get you maybe something for the kids to do? I don't know, a paper, drawing, to keep them engaged instead of seeing me, come here, yelling at my kids, going, and at the same time you're asking, "Are you ready to order?"
I like that.
You know, the thing is,
You're going the extra mile.
sometimes we're going extra mile, exactly. But sometimes it's for some reason we forget being human when we are in our workplaces. And then we put our policies and procedures and standards at the very front instead of looking at the other human. We are brothers and sisters serving other brothers and sisters. Simple. If it was your brother, how would you make them feel if you replied to them rudely? If you told them, "I don't know," if you told them, "It's not my department," if you told them that "I can't do that," how would that make you feel for your own brother? So sometimes we're just disconnected with humanity. We're just other human beings serving other human beings. And what we need to do is just to make their lives delightful, happy, simple.
It
That's our
begins with a
job.
feeling.
It's always a feeling. And we all have part to play in making somebody feel valued, welcomed, seen.
The other day was someone was telling us here that he went somewhere and they were able to give him just a small bangle.
Like not a souvenir,
Like
But
a place, kind of a bracelet.
just at the facility.
At the
For them, it's that
facility.
culture. Any person who visits for the first time, they have to live with something
They give them something
for
very
memory.
small.
I don't know.
Exactly. And that is something, you know, when I come here and I have that bracelet that you said, it's sentimental. It becomes part of my story, part of a story I would tell other people when they meet me. I say, "Yes, I got this from Rwanda."
And actually,
Yes,
yes,
it
when
reminds
someone
me
asks
of-
you, they say, "This is from Rwanda." You're proud
Exactly.
of that. And do you know how much that costs? Just 2,000 or 3,000.
And probably nothing. And that's what I'm saying. It's the simple things. How do you make that person feel? What story are they going to say about you when they walk out of these premises? And you know, as human beings, we always remember either the very delightful moments or the super terrible moments. But also the moments that we remember is when we depart from a premises. If I'm leaving Rwanda, then I have this little bracelet you talked about. It's always going to be a story that I can tell. But then we have to be careful. What story am I telling?
Laura,
Is it a bad story or a good story? Yeah.
Is it a bad story or a good story?
there's something bothering me here.
Yes, go on.
In economics, we're taught utility is the satisfaction acquired when a service has been consumed, right? That's in economics, I remember, if I can remember very well.
If your brain serves you well.
Yes. Now, the satisfaction acquired when service has been consumed. Let's imagine somebody, because like you have those guests. Now you know how much they're going to spend at your facility. Is there going to be value for the service or value for the what you've done to the individual in a way that maybe there's something you need to give as a token of appreciating the person for coming to your facility, for using your services, for choosing you? Does it also serve or get into what somebody might consider the service to somebody? Now, again, going to, for example, the other sort of souvenir, something like that. Do companies or institutions that offer these services have to keep this in mind that maybe we should have, they will say value for money, right? Is there a value for a client?
To give them something at the end of their service.
Maybe, even if it's not, just a thank you. Even if it's a not.
Yes, exactly. And I like that you actually pointed that out. You know, sometimes we think world-class service involves huge budgets, involves that I have to go above and beyond with big gifts and grand gestures. No, we go back to simplicity. You said it yourself, a handwritten note is good enough. But this handwritten note that I'm giving at the end of your stay, does it match up to the
What I
experience
offered.
that I actually had.
What I offered.
Not even offered, the whole experience, because when you talk about customer experience, we're talking about the total journey.
Yeah.
And this total journey started for me the moment I heard about your brand. So we talked about the campaign that is happening out there. My experience already started the moment I heard about Visit Rwanda. I went onto a website. I Googled. First of all, the experience started when I went onto your website. How long did it take to load that website? Or is it like it's just going?
Buffering.
Some websites.
Buffering.
Some
And then
websites can load for minutes.
I made a call maybe to your company. How long did it take that person to pick up that phone call? How? Their tone of voice. It's the simple things. Was it, good morning, you're calling so-and-so. Welcome to blah, blah, blah. How can I be of service? Or, hello, morning.
Next week we have you. People in call centers, we have you here on air. We should be doing that.
As you can see, it's every touch point, every small moment to the moment I land here. Every interaction is a moment to experience either positive service or negative service. Every moment. And this moment now comes up all together as a grand story. The whole journey. When a guest leaves Rwanda, they will not say that I went to Hotel X and this and this happened. They said, when I visited Rwanda, this is what happened. So now Rwanda becomes attached to part of either a positive or a negative story based on those moments.
So, Rola, let's go back to Visit Rwanda. I'm very sure that you know that if like a tourist or someone international coming to Rwanda will not separate the migration or the taxi driver or the hotel or the restaurant. For them, they know this is what Rwanda is offering. Because you might say, that's a taxi guy who did it. But for us at the hotel, we are good. No. As you mentioned, it's a whole journey.
It's a whole journey.
So I'm asking myself, to what extent is one single bad experience that a Rwandan, an international person who has come to Rwanda experiences in Rwanda, and what damage does it leave to Rwanda? To what extent is the damage to the image that the country is actually portraying?
That's a very, very good question. One bad experience may not necessarily have a ripple effect or negativity towards the whole campaign, but there is a certain proportion that will be tarnished. They usually say that one person, for every 10 people, only one person will actually complain. The other 9 people won't complain. So this one bad person who has the bad experience usually spreads the negative thing that they experience to over 20,000 people. And how? Through social media. We've seen how it has happened here in Rwanda. One person goes on social media, writes that I went to so-and-so property and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what happens? The consequences are this negative review resulted to certain properties being shut down. So imagine if we have enough people publicizing the negative comments about Rwanda. Eventually, a certain percentage of what we're trying to drive will be lost because we'll be having so many people saying bad things about us. And the worst part is bad things spread faster than anything good that you do. Do you notice that?
And actually, most of the time,
bad things spread faster than anything good that you do.
Bad news is good news.
So we have to be very careful. What stories are people walking out with once they leave Rwanda? What part did we play to curate a positive experience for them? So
important.
Enough bad reputation can lead to damage of the brand.
So how do we save our money?
By delivering excellent service. Simple. Excellent service. Simple.
Well, Laura, I think Arafat, again, this has come in, and I think we need to be having you every Wednesday. We need to, because we probably can be having a certain topics, and then look up to probably can talk this. We can discuss this after air. But I think there's need to have you each and every single week on the show.
Thank you for falling in love with her.
No, I'll be honest with you. Laura, we're ending. So
Yes.
let's wind up. And what I don't know, Arafat, with probably one take home, since we're talking about culture and delivery, and then leadership and accountability.
Yes.
Within that aspect, what should somebody remain with as we get into the rest of the day somebody has listened in for the first time, somebody has
Yes.
heard you, probably it's like Arafat was saying, it's a CEO, maybe it's a manager somewhere. What is one thing they could probably take home from this session?
I would say change starts with you. You listening right now, ask yourself, what part are you playing in making service excellence a true reality for Rwanda? The government is spending so much money doing huge campaigns to bring people down. Now it's your job to deliver that promise. So what part are you playing?
Arafat, help me thank her. Appreciate her, please.
Lola, thank you so much for sure. And for me, one thing I've picked from this is that everything rotates around the culture you create. If you create a good culture, people will drive the culture, and then the culture will deliver the good service we want. But if everyone has their own culture of how they deliver things, then we will not be able to come up with one thing that we want to deliver or one good service we want to offer. I don't know whether that's right.
That's true. You need to have standards. Benchmark, create the standards. Then let's train the people to meet those standards.
Laura, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here at 94.3 Royal FM, the heartbeat of Kigali. And of course, we'll be looking forward to have you anytime we need you. Let's hope we'll be able to get you.
Amira,
Thank you so much.
ladies and gentlemen, she's the founder and managing director of Outsourcing Solutions.
Outstanding.
What's wrong with me? Outstanding Solutions Africa. I don't know whether you mind sharing your number, because somebody might need platforms where they could access the.
Yes, you can
in
reach
case
me
they want
on
to reach out.
Outstanding on Instagram at outstanding_solutions. And yeah, you can visit our website as well. And on LinkedIn as well, we are on Outstanding Solutions Africa.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
kirageze ngo ibyo wita ibisanzwe bihinduke ibihambaye, bimwe ukora buri munsi biguha intsinzi. Kwishyura ukoresheje BK Pay, amakarita ya BK, kwishyura